Hello, everyone, and welcome to Your Mind, Your Reality, Your Results, a weekly live show where I speak with an expert in the subject of mindset so you can reframe your mindset and ultimately get the amazing results you want in your life. I am so pleased today to be welcoming Paige to the show.
Thank you. Yay.
Excellent. Well, it's going to be a fun one. If we haven't met before, my name's Leah Fink. I'm the owner and founder of All Thrive, and I help protect people from the pain of damaged relationships. If you're interested in that at all, I would love to chat, so please connect with me. We also want to take advantage of Paige's expertise today. So if you are watching this and you have any questions or comments, please do feel free to put those in the box there. Even if you're watching this not live and you have any questions or comments, put them in the box and we can make sure to respond to them as well. So without further ado here, Paige, do you want to start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be here?
Oh my God. Now my energy's ramping up and I'm getting all excited. I'm like, woohoo. Well, you know what, Leah, thank you for having me here. This is really cool. I'm going to be very transparent and just tell the folks straight up. I've done a lot of Facebook lives and Insta lives, but never LinkedIn. And so this is a first time. So be kind with me. I'm a LinkedIn virgin. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I'm a very joyful person today in my world because this is the life of choice that I've given myself. I did not grow up in a very happy home. This has come on to me through time. And, you know, I don't, we're going to probably get into this a bit more, but what this is saying to you is so important, especially after these last 18 months. Oh my goodness. Wow. Did we come through some stuff? Another S word, stuff. It was pretty intense and still is for a lot of us. And, you just get yourself into a headspace where you're like, what the heck am I doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And I call myself a master intuitive because I've mastered working with my intuition. I know exactly what my intuition is saying to me. Is it difficult? Nope. But does it require practice? Yep. It's the same thing if I said I was going to go on the Tour de France and go riding a bike. Sure, I can ride a bike. But am I good enough to go through the whole tour? I know. No, I'm not. I would have to practice. So the same is with the intuition. Once you learn how to pay attention to what your body is saying, it becomes easier and easier. And I don't think I need to tell you that when you've made a decision and somebody says, hey, do you want to do this or that, or go here for dinner, or do this, or whatever they're asking of you, you get your body talking to you somehow. Most people, you get a feeling, and that's usually what is termed as the gut feeling. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. No, that doesn't, maybe I shouldn't go to this. Or, oh, I'm all excited. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, yeah, sure. What time? What day? I'll be there. Like that's your intuition talking to you. That's your inner knowingness, that divine energy that's in you. And, people just call it, some people call it, for the women, mother's intuition or mother's knowing. Sure, if that works, but guys have it too. So then what do you call it? Guys know things too. So it's not just for the women, it's for everybody. And our little ones that are coming in now, they are fully aware and they know their intuition. They're like, not eating that. Nope, they don't like that. They know because they just have an inner radar alive and working from the get-go. So this intuition is really your saving grace, if you want to put it that way, of especially when you're sitting down with a client and this client is saying, hey, What about this? Here's a contract, sign this. Or here's a proposal. What do you think of this? And you're reading, and all the bells and whistles and you are going off, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? And in your head, you're saying this. Pay attention to that, because how many times have you got yourself into, we'll call it a predicament, and you're going, oh, if I'd only listened to myself, I knew that this guy wasn't this, or that gal wasn't that, or whatever is going on at that moment. We do that with ourselves. It's almost like we like to give ourselves a little test every once in a while. I can tell you that the people that are running big organizations, the big motivational people like the Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Brendan Burchard, all those types of people, what do they listen to the most? Their inner radar, their knowingness, their gut feel. They don't make a haphazardly decision. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll get that. And then go, oops, that cost me $1 million. Oops. Oh, that guy was not good news. No, they listen, they tune in, they pay attention, and then make a decision. That's how you start to work with your intuition. Okay, Leah, I'm rambling. I know I'm going
No,
off.
this is great. I'm really engrossed. I have so many questions to come from this.
Okay.
Oh, so we're gonna start. Let's start with. I think a lot of people have heard of intuition. They've maybe pondered it, or my cat's taken to doing this every show now. Maybe they've pondered it before, but an interesting piece that you talked about was linking intuition and mindset. And because that's really the aim of the show, let's start there. How do intuition and mindset really interplay with each other?
Well, it's vital. First of all, and I know this is an area of expertise with both of us. So we both approach it our own unique way. So mine's one way and Leah's is one way. They're both going to give you the best result. So this is my interpretation. What I know for sure is that what you're saying in here, the stuff that I can't hear right now, what Leah's saying, because it's all in here. But what this is saying here has to match what I'm saying out here. So if I'm saying, oh, I'm a great person, you should get to know me. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, do you know how many failures I've had? Oh, yeah. And I've got this inner dialogue going on. What do you think kind of energy is going to come across to your client if you're doing that? Your mindset has to match your mouth words. These two need to match. So you've got to start by making sure that you're saying beautiful things in here, because although we can't hear them, something is hearing it. Somebody. And this is going to strike on your confidence, waning on your clarity, disconnecting you from all your connections. And then you're going to be going with your business going, how come nobody's getting hold of me anymore? Well, buddy, let's get your mindset in the right spot. Do you think you can get sales? Do you think you have a good product? Do you think that this is what the next best thing since sliced bread? Like, come on, people. Start talking inside to match outside, because you can do all the sales training you want. If you're in here going, oh, I don't know if this guy's so fabulous. I don't know if I could do this. Stop. Reset. Man, I'm good. Oh, I know exactly my product. I know how this is done. I remember the last guy I sold this to. Oh my God, I was brilliant. That's the mindset you need to have. That's the vibe that goes out there and goes, because if you're not in the right mindset, guess what you're doing? You're killing your sales. And so mindset needs to match the mouth words. Be mindful of your inner dialogue. Now, okay, hold on. I can hear a bunch of you going, oh, but Paige, you don't know all the problems we've had over the last 18 months. Everything, we lost this, we lost that, we lost it. I get it. I've had loss too. I've had horrendous loss. My family is down to 2 people. My sister and I, we were a family of 6. Do I sit and go, oh, no. I reserve my time when I need to mourn my family for another time than when I'm in my business mode. Yes, I carry my family in my heart. Yes, they're close with me right now. But I can't sit and go, oh, poor me, poor me. Oh. And I know I'm exaggerating this, and it seems a bit, comical, but this is what people do. They don't realize. They think because they're not saying it that it's not real. No, 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 no. It's real. It's here. You're hearing it. You're running the tape here, except you're not matching what you're saying out here. Or if you are, oh man, you're going to crash soon. You're going to like, oh, what happened? I lost all my clients. Why? What were you telling yourself? Or you can't get clients. Ooh, what are you telling yourself? Ooh, this all interconnects. It's like all, and you know this, Leah. I'm not.
You've hit on the name of the show. That's what the show means, right? Your mind makes your reality, creates the results, right? Like I'm 100% with you. And I want to point, so Greg's joined us and he has a great question, which is really the heart of what we want to talk about today.
Okay.
So he's saying, how do you tell the difference between your intuition and your habitual thoughts, patterns, fears? Because it's so easy, if you've spent your whole life repeating, not worth it, I'm not going to do good at this job, that's a lot of time. It's really hard to distinguish that voice from this higher self, this deeper body sense, however you want to describe your intuition.
Mm-hmm. Those habitual patterns, it sounded weird when I said it. Those are, I want you to see them as coming from an egoic mind. So that ego mind. And quite often, the ego mind is louder, has more, I like to call the ego mind sometimes when you're making a decision and you'll hear that, yeah, do that. That sounds good. Yeah. Or it's like, what are you doing? You're such an idiot. You can't do that. I call them the snotty little brat kid, like they're like, nah, 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 nah. It's like, oh, so that egoic mind is what you need to quiet down. Thank you, ego. I'm busy right now. Can you step down? I'm making a decision for myself that requires the highest and best good for me. And just ask ego to step down, because your intuitive knowingness is so subtle. This is why a lot of people go, well, how do I know it's there? How do I know it's that? Is it really? Of course it is. It's part of you. And this is, I was saying to Leah earlier, this is how a lot of people misinterpret it, because they're expecting it to be grandioso and like, da, 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 this is your intuition speaking. I'm being silly, but this is kind of what some people think. But I want to relate it to your breath, your air. It's there. It's where. How do you know you're breathing? Well, otherwise you'd be dead. Other than that, but how do you know that the air is there? It's there. We just know. It's the same thing with your intuition. How do you know it's there? It's just there. So how do you explain that to somebody? Trust. there's a big word for some people. Trust. So do a little experiment with yourself and start paying attention to the subtleties that you might be hearing or feeling. Because sometimes when we get a real tummy turn, what I call a tummy, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do that. But sometimes you just get little featherings, what I call featherings. It's like, ooh, what does that mean? So start paying attention to your own body because it's talking to you. And so knowing the difference between those patterns that you've got going, which is actually one of my expertise areas that I remove from people. I might just say that.
Of course.
Because I'm an innate healer, and this is, I personally know about patterns. I love being when patterns come up because I've had my own patterns that I've had to overcome. I didn't even know I had a freaking pattern until somebody went, that's a pattern. I went, what? Really? Oh, okay. Well, we got rid of it. Like, yeah. And that's because that's what I do. And so I'm not making light of patterns. Patterns are there. Believe me. But as soon as you have recognition that they're there, they can be removed. Ooh. But you got to ask yourself, are you ready to let them go? Because somehow they're serving us. That's a deep one. Yes, I know. But so this is how you know, Greg. And Greg, I want to thank you for bringing up that question because this is a common thread in a lot of people. Don't think you're alone on this. And you might be, at the point of bashing your head against the wall and going, why am I doing this? I get it. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, gave it back. No, don't want that anymore. And so I understand. And please, follow up if you want to learn how to remove them or have them removed. It's an easy peasy thing to do. Well, at least I think so.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you for answering. And thanks, Greg, for the question. I agree with you. It's kind of the foundational because everyone has intuition. Often it gets covered. Like I said, I get so many questions from this. I'm wondering, because one of the things you talked about and the example you used about breath, I think is a really good one. Because when one of the first things I thought when you said, how do you know you're breathing, is I thought, well, you can focus on it. You can practice paying attention to the fact that you're breathing. And what I like too is you talked about paying attention to those little niggles, the subtle things. And does it go beyond that too? Like, what are your thoughts on after something happened? Do you take the time to reflect and go back and think, well, what was I feeling? What was that the right thing? Was that the wrong thing? In the little small decisions versus just the big ones. Hopefully you're not just busting out the biggest decision of your life and going, now I've got to figure out intuition. What the heck?
This is kind of the learning stage when you just notices the little nuances of, oh, that meant that, and that meant, like, everybody will discern for themselves, but you'll get your own knowingness. And let's just talk about breath for a minute, because breath is so valuable. Well, I don't have to tell you, but a lot of people don't breathe deep. They breathe shallow. I'm exaggerating, but they're breathing from their upper register. They're not like a deep breath. So get into the practice of being aware, and how are you breathing? Where is your breath coming from? Is it coming from here? This I learned when you're a singer, a second soprano. You learn that most people sing from up here. They don't sing from down here. Two different spots. So you're coming from the wrong spot, but you won't know that unless you try it. That's like your intuition. You won't know that you're coming from, was that a yes or a no? And, I didn't feel anything. Tell your ego to step down. Step down, ego. I'll get back to you. Thank you, ego. I love you. Ego's a part of us. Now, trust and ask the question, should I take this deal with this guy, or do this business with that guy, or run this campaign at this point, or whatever, hire this person, or joint venture with that one, or whatever your business decision is, your body is on standby to talk to you, to give you that deep knowing, that divine knowing, that absolute, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what it is. Your intuition, just so you know, never lies, never says an untruth. Never, never, never. Not your intuition. Your ego, ooh, that snotty little brat. Goes into the other room. That's the one that will give you the, yeah. And listen to, when you're waiting for that answer, either the feeling or the hearing or just the knowing. Oh, yeah, it's there. It'll just be subtle. It's not, when you're working with divine energy, which is part of your, your intuition, that knowing, that whole parcel, they're not loud and like a big band. No, they're the quiet little ones. Oh yeah. You've got to, once you just start paying attention, you'll go, oh, this is how it works on me. Oh, this is cool. Guys, so many guys, it's a gut thing. It's a gut thing. For the females, we're very strong with our knowing. We just know. We don't know how we know. We just know. And so I joke about myself and say, yeah, I'm a know-it-all. I know. I'm a know-it-all. But believe me, I've made bad choices. I'm not perfect. I'm, for crying out loud, I'm human. What do you expect? I'm doing the best I can with the best tools that I can. And I'm on a trajectory of going to 400,000 in the next year. Like, why? Because where's my mindset? And what am I trusting? My intuition. So I've got good mindset and strong intuition. Is that not a recipe for beautifulness? Ooh. Yeah. Thank you, Leah.
Yeah. Well, that's such a beautiful thought. Congratulations for that alignment that's working for you. And the thing I'm wondering that's coming up, maybe as a final question, where did the time go, is it's really easy to say that from a stance here, but of course in the real world there's a lot of focus, of course, on facts and logic and think things out, not intuit things out. Do you have any recommendations for getting past that fear of trusting intuition?
Yeah. And it's easy to joke about my logical group, because I was married to a very logical man. He was Mensa material, and he's a smart one, except I was smarter. Well, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But this is what happens when people are too much in their left brain and not paying attention to those nuances. When you get that gut feel, when you get the shivers across the back, when you get the shivers up the spine, however, it's like, ooh, something's happening here. And this is all happening inside here. And you're like, this is why it's so important to start to pay attention to what your body is trying to say to you and start paying attention. It's going to pay off. You can have all the logic you want and have all the best systems and all the CRMs and the affiliate links and, joint venture partners and all those pieces that, I've got all this stuff. But if you're wreaking havoc over here in the soft side where the body is going, and how do you know in your physical when you're not making a good decision for yourself? This is kind of, I'm just deciding if I should say it or not. Because, okay, I'm going to say it because this is me. I'm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You have this body that as things go in, they have to come out. Okay? Sometimes what you'll notice is when you've made a decision to work with somebody in particular, you will start to get a soft stool and it'll start coming out of you more often. And you're like, what the heck? It's almost, I don't want to say diarrhea, but you're going a little bit more. Your body's talking to you. Pay attention. What kind of have you got yourself into? That's your body talking to you. I'm serious, as this is especially prominent in men. So you businessmen, pay attention to your poop. It's an area that is, it's like, oh, don't talk about that. No. What do most men die from? Prostate cancer. I know it's but that's all down there. That's all not wanting to let go of stuff, not keeping stuff and not letting things move through. And drinking beers isn't water. Hello. You got to drink water, and you got me off on a tangent, Leah. It's all your fault.
I'll take it. Well, it's an important thing that you're talking about, that all of this relates to, right? It's that trust, it's that mind-body connection, which you mentioned at the beginning. Yep. Trusting your gut, your body, not just your thoughts that are flittering through and maybe not helping you.
Yes.
Not letting them misalign, because from what I understand, intention is very, I don't want to say kind is not quite the right word, but it's not the one that's cutting you down. Intuition, sorry, not intention. Intuition's never going to be the one that's saying you're going to fail at this, you're going to lose. It's always going to be the one that's going to be kind, give you the right path, and celebrate you.
And intuition never judges. Like, we may, Leah, you might say, hey, Paige, after this, let's go to the market. If I lived in the same city, and let's go to the market on Saturday. And I'd go, yeah. And then I get like something in my body is saying, no, don't go. And it turns out that day there was a big snowstorm and I should have said no in the first place, but I still said, yeah, I'll still go. And then I go and I get stuck in a pileup. Not that I was in an accident, but I got in the traffic and I'm like, I should have listened to myself. And so your intuition will never set you up for failure. It is always getting your attention, like poke, hello. I'm telling you down here, it's like ding, 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 ding. Pay attention. Oh, something went across my shoulders. Oh, my back. Oh, like ding. It's all over your body. Your legs start to ache. What's that about? Somebody not wanting to move forward. Oh, your knees are sore. Oh, somebody's not supported. Oh, all these things that your body's talking, and you're going, I'm fine. It's like, no, you're not. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking I like to play a game with my intuition when I'm waiting in picking which line at the store to go into or which lane of traffic. They're good little tests of like, which one feels right.
That's perfect. Yeah. Beautiful.
So
That's a
little
perfect one.
test thing that people can do.
Yeah, and then pay attention how you get your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
it's a great experience too of, oh, that was the wrong one. Oops. Better that than the big decision.
Yeah, because the guy in front's price check, please.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm very sad. We are drawing to a close, unfortunately.
Yes, it's that time.
I know. From what I understand, though, you do have a little bit of a gift that you are able to share with people. Do you want to tell us about it?
I do. I've got a beautiful on my website. You go to my website, theintuitiveadvisor.com. I think we'll put it in the notes.
Yeah.
And if you scroll to near the bottom, there's a beautiful complimentary ebook. It's called The Right Way to Start Your Day with Magical High Energy. It's just my little token to you for saying, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. And let me know if you want to have a further conversation and check in with yourself, or, check in with yourself and run a few things and then make a comment. Hey, I did this and this happened. Or I did this and what the hell are you talking about? It didn't work. Then we need to talk for sure. Because it is a part of you. You're born with it. It is like your breath. It is a part of you. And so let's start using it right and taking advantage of it, so your life can be on more of a path of joy and happiness, so that you can do the happy dance all day long. Yep.
Well, that's amazing. A very valuable book, because that is starting every day with this intention, with this awareness. So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for being on today. That was just fantastic. And I'm feeling so good right now.
Well, it's such an honor to be invited. And I'm so happy just that you're like-mindedness. And I love, the all thrive. Can you imagine being all thriving? Ooh, I'd love that. That's like, I want to do that. I want to be thriving. Yes. That's what I do. Yeah.
I was going to say, it sounds like you are. And if you are not thriving and want a little bit of support, I certainly recommend reaching out to Paige. She's an amazing resource to talk to, maybe start understanding and releasing some of those patterns if you're feeling ready to let them go.
Yeah.
And with that, I will have to say, we will see you next week. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Leah.